Okay, so I have a question about Cheerless Junkie Song by Helen Adam. So I will state the question, then we're going to listen to it, and then I'll repeat the question, and we'll go into our lightning round.
Okay.
So the question is, and obviously I chose this in honor of that we are here in Scotland, and I love Helen Adam. And here it is. Say anything you like about the material this week in relation to the ideas of altered states of consciousness, the creative process, and substance use.
Substance use.
That's a lot.
Not abuse. Use.
Well, you can say use or abuse.
Okay. All right, so now we're going to hear it, and then Irene will be first.
Cheerless Junkie's Song. Seeking love upon a day of summer's pride, I left Long Island suburbs for the lower east side. The train it roared and thundered, and I sang above its scream. There's a cockroach coming towards me, but it cannot spoil my dream. Love, love, and LSD, it shall not spoil my dream. Blue moonlight over Tompkins Square, drop out, tune in, turn on. The village all around me and Long Island suburbs gone. In a pad far down on 4th Street, soon I welcome the approach of the rat that loves the twilight and the nimble-footed roach. Love, love at eventide, the grey rat and the roach. I'm always where the action is. I blow my mind all day, while on Long Island's tennis courts the bland suburbans play. And I was born suburban. Who would ever credit that? No chick who saw me frogging with the cockroach and the rat. It's hoe for horse or methadone to spark the swinging mood, while rats run up my trouser legs, roaches share my food. Rats and roaches nuzzle me when it's dark and hot. Love, love, it's all the same, mixing speed and pot. First a rat and then a roach are both as like as not. If I can't find a fix tonight, my marrow bones will rot. Goodbye, transcendent Tompkins Square, I haven't long to stay. A double jolt of heroin and I'll be on my way. Let rats and roaches bury me, they'll bury me in state, as they march from Verrazano Bridge down to the Golden Gate. Clear across the continent, yonder let me lie, in the gutters of Haight-Ashbury to freak the passers-by, till all the tourists gape and say, brother, he died high. Let rat tails write my epitaph, brother, he died high.
Okay, I'll be quick, but I was just like thinking about poetry is sometimes conceived as spells, and there's something magic, and in magic there's potions. So I think this is kind of the same in a maybe more modern way, but still the same.
So the poem itself is a drug. I like it. Leanne.
Well, there's so much to say, but I just think it's about ecstatics. And it's definitely, of course, it's a persona poem. I played this for my students. They didn't get that at first. They were like, she's writing about taking drugs? I said, no, she's writing about from the persona of this cheerless junkie, but she's using his persona to speak through, but it's the ecstatic part of it, using the methadone and like being on speed and being ecstatic and writing all this work and then going all the way across the country. So it's uniting the beats in San Francisco with the beats in New York and then going higher.
and with the accent and the ballad sung, yes, connecting Scotland as well.
Yeah, talk about making it new.
Thank you, Leanne. Kate is up and Dave is on deck.
Well, I'll say Leanne Brown is a reincarnation of Helen Adam. Um,
Aw.
True, she's your spirit animal.
Intoxicating.
But about substance use, I'm thinking that using language to find a self unmediated by language is a theme of all of the poetry in ModPo, and that substances are maybe one way of punching through that wall or inching around it, whatever language is putting between us, between the poet and the material world.
Lovely. Thank you. Wonderful. Dave, followed by Appy.
I think that idea of using substance abuse as a way to get unmediated use of language is really cool because, especially in this poem, I was just struck by the regular melody, the rhythm of everything, which gave structure to it still. So it seems like even when you do try to get this, unmediated use tapping into some transcendental something, there's still some agency going on. You can't avoid that. It just helps it even helps to get a reader to understand, to be on the same page.
Wonderful. Thank you. I can't wait for us later to edit this segment of this webcast to produce a nice piece on Helen Adam for future ModPo Pluses. Appy, followed by Estelle.
Well, actually, I was originally going to respond to Suzanne's question, but I think it can be related to this one.
Okay.
Because I wanted to say that one of the things that I kind of like sense from the beat poetry is how individual experience is important, how it gets expressed, possibly more so than in the previous weeks or the previous movements, and that having a diverse segment of the poets and the poems is an expression of that too, and having a bit more homogeneous selection would be weird. It would go against what the beats were as poets, as people probably. And I think that going to this particular one, the kind of immediacy that Dave was just talking about, I think that, there is one way to look at using substances to write poetry, and that one way could be that, you don't get like more personal, more individual, more immediate, I guess, expression of one's soul even, I think.
Appy, that's the perfect synthesis of two huge questions for someone who has been up for 36 hours. So I think snaps for Appy. Marvelous, thank you. And we're going to turn to Estelle, and then Lainey might have a quick wrap-up thought on this poem, and then we're going to get to final words.
I think if we talk about substance abuse and poetry in the English canon, we have to think of Coleridge and his amazing poem in Kubla Khan, how it came after an opium-induced dream, and he got, I don't know how many stanzas he got, but then someone called him away from business to Porlock, and that was that. It was gone. But I also think if you're going to do it, and maybe it is a way of freeing the mind and opening up the channels, you've got to follow what Jack Kerouac said at number 3. Try never get drunk outside your own house.
Estelle, you're so good. You should be up at the table. Lainey, a quick thought on the poem since you chose it.
I want to say, if you haven't watched the video of Helen Adam singing, which is in the chorus and also easy to find on YouTube, you have to do it. She says, "I blow my mind all day." Helen Adam blows my mind all day. And I think that all these poets and all humans, we want to know how to blow our mind all day without destroying ourselves. So, as has been said, ecstasy and substance use and language, and, there are many ways, and hopefully we can blow our mind all day without destroying ourselves or anyone else.
Sounds ideal. Yes, that Christina wants to applaud that plea for living life that way, right?